I don't know. I haven't seen Bach interact with Elphaba yet, but like also he kind of had it bad for Galinda, and anybody who's like super worshiping the ground Galinda walks on or floats above because they acted like she was saintly. Like all y'all getting judged by me for that reason. Like have better taste. But ooh, shots fired. Look at y'all angry typing in the comment. It's a joke. Calm down.
I said what I said. Okay, well what you said was some bull.
Walk with me throughout the sands of time. Love me through the dark desert night. Hold me close, be my partner in crime. Love like glue, love on water tight.
I just need to know that you're gonna be ride or die if kingdoms turned into dust. Would you still be my ally if life wrapped its hands around my neck? Bow tie, would you still love me? Just let me know if. What up, Pride? It's your boy Amari back again with another reaction video. Today we're getting into yet another part of Wicked. We left off with a very interesting part on the last video. I appreciate all of you guys watching that, commenting, giving all your thoughts on my different theories. The last video was like pretty interesting as far as like the amount of theories I was throwing out. But based off the comments on that video, I was relatively not too off in some of the things I said, so that's good to know. Hopefully things will continue to be developed here. Each new part, like very unexpected things are happening, so I'm excited to see what they have for us in this part. Excited to see what songs they have for us. The songs in this have been very, very good. So yeah, we're going to be continuing with this Wicked process and get into what they have for us today. So without further ado, I'll see all you guys on the other side.
Goodbye, Dr. Dillamond. Dr. Dillamond! Did you find out who...
We animals are now being blamed for everything that goes wrong. Forced from our jobs, told to keep silent. This is much bigger than just some words on a chalkboard. She's been speaking out at protests. Recently wrote me asking to meet at a cafe. She said it was urgent.
What did she tell you?
She never showed, and no one's seen her since.
I've heard of an Oxa professor from Quarks no longer permitted to teach, who has lost all powers of speech. A vicar with a thriving flock forbidden to preach. Now he only can screech. Still enough to give pause to anyone with pause.
Okay, this is getting dark, my boy. They got the owls in chains like slaves. This ain't cool. What is happening? Wow. Okay. So as the animals. Wow, as the animals get discriminated against and lose their right to teach or preach, they then end up losing their ability to speech. Anyway, that's interesting. Someone told me in a comment, I think on Patreon, in the book, there are animals that can talk and there are animals that can't talk, like they're anthropomorphic animals and there are like normal animals, kind of like Disney, how Goofy is a dog who can talk and walk and speak and is Goofy, but he also has a dog, which like I want to say the dog's name is Fido, but I don't think that's right. I don't know what the dog's name is, but the point is that's where my brain went. I didn't think it was like this, where like they are literally being forced into animalhood, like in the way that we traditionally see animals. That make my rant from 2 parts ago like really bad. That it has aged like milk in the desert sun. That's crazy.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Those things literally terrifying. That thing literally a goat, not the goat, a goat, and everybody's fine with it. Everybody's okay with you being literally anything not human, being able to talk, walk, dress yourself, eat babies, but not eat babies. But if you're green, that's a line too far. Right?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Wow. I wasn't prepared for this. There was an interesting there's interesting wordplay in this little song that we've started here. First off, I wasn't expecting a song to come on this quick, but we are here and this song has very interesting wordplay in it. There was like some homophones between pause and pause as in like play pause, you know, like I don't have a remote next to me, but like pausing something, stopping something, and then pause as in like mammal hands that aren't like dog paws, kitten paws, so on and so forth, which is interesting also because I think that was
Peter Dinklage slash Dillamond, and he doesn't have paws. I think they have like hooves or...
That is correct.
Yeah, they have hooves, cloven hooves specifically. Okay, so the point is they don't have paws, but that was like very great wordplay there. And then there was also ox and quox.
I've heard of an ox, a professor from Quox, no longer permitted to teach.
Yeah. So I've heard of an ox, a professor from Quox. I don't know if Quox is like a place in Wizland, whatever this Wizard of Ozzy realm is called. Not Kansas. I know it's not called that. But I don't know if Quox is like an actual place or word, but I'm assuming like it's like a location name. Regardless, ox, quox, I really liked that there. This line actually ends in a each rhyme. Teach, preach. The ox was a vicar, which is like a Catholic position. It's like one of the clergy, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, so let's Google it. In the Roman Catholic Church, a representative or deputy of a bishop. That's awesome. I knew that, even though I'm not Catholic. That's great for me. Anyway, yeah, so the vicar isn't allowed to preach. He got chained up, and now he can only screech instead of teach. Well, instead of preach. The ox isn't allowed to teach anymore, and all of this is like leading to them not being able to talk, because he started this song with like whoever the cow was that he was supposed to meet, who went missing, by the way. I don't know what kind of secret police situation is happening here where like people are protesting and then going missing. That's terrifying. Like, what is happening here? So even though everybody like clapped for him, I almost want to go back, and actually I'm going to do it. What I'm about to do is I'm going back to see when Dillamond and the murder bird professor, I'm going to stop calling him that, because you know what? Like, now that I know they're getting discriminated against, I don't even want to joke about like, I'm team everybody being oppressed, just to be clear. If that wasn't abundantly clear in how I carry myself in the commentary I give in these videos, I'm always pro the people being oppressed. So with that being said, I'm rocking with the animals. Anyway, I'm going back to see if the way that I remember this, which is like the whole rant I went on about how they were super, super happy to see Dillamond when he showed up, and they were like super congratulatory of him, if that was actually the case, or if like I misinterpreted this scene wrong. So I want to, with the new information that I have now, see this scene again, and then I'll go back to where we're actually supposed to be in the movie and continue forward from there. But yeah, this is so unexpected based off like the previous parts, like how dark this was. I did say that his emotional reaction to the chalkboard flip was presented in a way that there was more subtext, there was more going on, there was bigger consequences than just like chalk on a board. And I think he even said that.
That is correct.
This is much bigger than just some words on a chalkboard.
Or maybe I made that up. I don't know. But I feel like the song and dialogue that has come after that has supported that point, that yes, this is all much bigger than like one student being a troll. This is like a systemic, oppressive, very bad situation. They literally had the owl in chains. In chains, bro. Like that's not just like, oh, I don't like this professor. That's like dark.
The head of our history department, Dr. Dillamond. You know, except for our wonderful wizard, Madame Marble.
Oh my goodness, this really hurt.
Okay, so I wanted to watch that whole thing because they wasn't clapping for my boy as hard as I thought they was clapping for my boy back when they was clapping for my boy the original first time, right? And so I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Like maybe they were clapping hard for him, but I just like now with everything that I'm inferring, I'm putting extra subtext on it, that it was like he got a little pity pat. And so I wanted to see, I knew that they clapped for Marble like right after this, and I wanted to see her reaction compared to his reaction. I knew that she does like the little walk down thing, and that Galinda idolizes her because she does magic, and Galinda does or wants to learn magic. I don't know if Galinda actually does magic at this point or if she just learns it later in the story, but you get what I'm saying. I knew that, but I didn't know like how everybody else reacted to her in comparison to Dillamond. And maybe I'm putting too much on it. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I feel like they gave him a little pity pat compared to what they was giving her. Okay. First off, she had this like long, little elegant walk down. Everybody stood up. Everybody was happy. It was like this big hoorah. Right. And like, she's a magician, which is rare. That's pretty cool. She's friends with the Wiz, which we find out later, which is super dope. But like, You see what I'm saying? Like they wasn't really going that hard for him, which is crazy. Like we're 2 parts removed from like my super long rant about how hard they was going for him in defense of Elphaba. And now like I've done a complete 180. But don't blame me, okay? Things have developed a lot, okay? The situation has changed. And at least I am able to admit when I was wrong, for one. And 2, I'm willing to adapt my position and change my opinion on something as I get new information. I'm not just like a stick in the mud who's like, no, this is how things are because this is how I originally thought things were. No, I'm not like that, okay? So give me some credit there. But yeah, I've totally changed my opinion on this whole situation here. They really didn't even like clap that hard for him. It was just kind of like I'd be doing like little finger taps in my videos. Like they kind of gave him finger taps basically.
The head of our history department, Dr. Dillamond. You know, except for our wonderful wizard.
Yeah, they didn't like the staff was clapping for him. The lady who says that she wants to hide Elphaba and caused Elphaba to freak out over Nessa Rose, she was clapping the hardest for him, but like everybody else was kind of like, okay, he's a goat, which is like basically what I was saying before, but like I don't feel that way no more. Okay. I didn't see the light. I've seen enlightenment. So anyway, let's proceed back to where we were and try not to go too far forward so I don't accidentally spoil myself. This has been a very interesting development over the course of like this little part in here, like learning about all the animal discrimination as we're getting world building for both Shiz University and this world of Oz in this wicked universe that we're in. When he first presented that there were less animals teaching, I assumed that it was like entirely because the animals have chosen to not like, does that make like they have since moved into other fields. And then obviously we get like the board flips and first he talks about the great drought and then the board flips. But now like we're getting developments that they're not just less animals around to teach or they're choosing to go into other things. Like they're literally being forced out of the professions that they already have, which is like very dark, dude. This is getting a little, okay, let's continue. I'll save commentary for later. This has already been a super long pause.
We animals are now being blamed for everything that goes wrong. A dear friend of mine.
A deer?
A cow, actually. She's been speaking.
I missed that the first time. A dear friend of mine? A deer? Because they're animals. So they thought his friend was Bambi. I get it now. I missed that joke. My bad. I was caught up in the systematic oppression. But that was cute.
He's a little slow, but he got it.
Many animals have gone missing or are actually leaving.
Yesterday, a badger acquaintance, a solicitor, was sacked just for arguing a case.
At least he can still argue.
What do you mean?
Okay, I gotta say, that's like a snow leopard, right? Yeah, that's a snow leopard. What does Mr. Snow Leopard eat? Just for shits and giggles, I'm just curious. What exactly do you eat, sir? And is it not your peers? Because like, that's kind of like a Zootopia kind of conundrum where like when you make all of the animals anthropomorphic and then you don't make the carnivores immediately villains, what exactly are they eating? You know? So that's, yeah. He even sounds kind of evil. He sounds not exactly like, but he sounds like he could be a villain, like the snow leopard from Kung Fu Panda, which I'm forgetting his name. Like I think it's like Tao Long or something. But yeah, that dude was a beast, by the way. He was evil, but he's awesome. Tai Lung. I was close. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying he's evil. I'm not gonna discriminate against him based off the fact that he's like naturally a carnivore. He didn't choose to be a carnivore. He just is, but like also he is a carnivore. So I'm curious, what exactly does he eat?
Many animals have gone missing or are actually leaving.
I've heard of an Oxa professor from Quarks no longer permitted to teach, who has lost all powers of speech.
Can't speak.
Only rumors, but still enough to give pause to anyone with pause.
Something bad happening.
That's it. I'm leaving Oz while I can still speak the word goodbye.
No, leave Oz.
Okay, so time out. Sorry, there was a lot going on there. I was caught by the fact that he was like, I'm leaving Oz while I can still speak. And that was like a spoken line that like interjected into everybody singing. So that was like a clever little thing there. His line is about still being able to speak, and he is using that ability to speak to interject into, but anyway, then there was like a little like flash or something here. Like she has like a, what is this? What is happening here? She gets hit with like a vision. It's like a prophecy or something. I don't know. We're going to go back and we're going to watch it again, like in real time. Yeah, that was crazy. Obviously she remembered the situation with her dad when she was a baby. That's, yeah. People don't realize like how many core memories some children will have from a very young age, and how the stuff that you do to them as like even babies will go on to influence and impact them later. It's not like he's stopped being discriminatory against her. He's a terrible person. Like I said, a dementor. But I've like completely stopped sorting people in the houses as this has gone on. But maybe later in the video. Right now, I want to see exactly what is happening with her vision. Hopefully Dillamond does not end up in a cage. We will riot, okay? Yeah, it will be a time, okay?
I'm leaving Oz while I can still speak the word goodbye.
No, leave Oz.
Miss Elphaba, what are you doing here?
Well, I was just...
It's all right.
Dr. Dillamond, what you were saying just now, could that really happen?
It is happening. You'll find if you make it discouraging enough, you can keep anyone silent.
Then someone's got to tell the wizard. So nothing bad.
Perhaps you're right. Nothing all that bad. Nothing truly bad.
I must be catching a cold.
A cold? Mr. Dillamond, I need you to be... I didn't grab the mic again. On my Cardi B shit. That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's why I don't like that. That's the second time, sir. You done bleeded. That's what bleeding is, what a goat's little neigh is called. I'm not good at it, okay? I can't do the impression, so I didn't do it in the last video. Yeah, that's the second time he done bleeded. And the song was like so good. Something about Cynthia's tone in this musical so far has just been so there's like a sweet warmth to it, an innocence in both this song, this little part, and the Wizard and I. Basically, the times where she's talking about the wizard, you feel her hope and her optimism about the world. And like, obviously I'm being colored a little bit by like the wizard from the Wizard of Oz, but like I hope that actually pans out to be the case, that the wizard isn't like some con man loser and actually is a magical being, actually is benevolent, actually is cool. Like the way that they changed up things, they've already changed up enough from the Wizard of Oz that I feel like that is a potential outcome in this. But also like, I feel like she's putting so much hope into the wizard, and the fact that we know that she still ends up being hated and murdered makes me feel like not that much has changed from the Wizard of Oz. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like a certain key points from that first song / first couple scenes makes me feel like this is not as far off of the original story as like I am hoping that it is, as a Elphaba fan, as an Elphaba enjoyer is what I am. But anyway, oh yeah, this little bleat in here, they had like a nice little harmony section. She had the upper range, very light, delicate, beautiful, and then he had like a lower graspy, raspy tone. It was nice, you know, it was just a nice dichotomy between the two, a nice pairing of light and dark, smooth and textured. Yeah, I just like this part. And then it was like, it was like, whoa, bruh, are you okay, sir? That is not a cold. Which again, they bookend him on the bad thing. And given that happened right at the end of the a scene or towards the end of the scene of him talking about animals losing their ability to speak. And that's not the first time that he's done that. He was also having trouble with Galinda's name. Makes me feel like, that's suspicious, sir. That's suspicious. I don't know if there's like some magical connection in this world between how accepted the animals are as peers with how anthropomorphic they are. Like, I don't know if people treating them like people allows them to be people acting, you know, like being able to speak and clothe themselves and teach, preach, so on and so forth, litigate cases. And then as people start to like treat them like animal, like the way we treat animals in society, then they like magically revert back to that. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, I can't think of what it is right now, but it was some series where there was like gods of different religions that were like characters. And as more and more people believed in those gods, they got more and more powerful. And as less and less people believed in those gods, they got less and less powerful. And then eventually, as people stopped believing in them, they disappeared altogether. I feel like it was a kid's movie or something. But the point is that actually, I feel like that describes several different, like now my brain is like rolling through like, but was it this? Was it this? Anyway, the point is that's kind of the connection that I'm feeling here, where like other people, the way that they treat you and their perception of you has a direct impact on your ability to do things, which in this case is directly impacting him as far as like his ability to speak and so on and so forth. Not him, but I'm assuming it's happening to him because he's being discriminated against at school. But the other, like, you know, the cow that was protesting who went missing, who's now probably like a steak somewhere, like a T-bone or something. The ox who no longer teaches, the owl who no longer preaches, so on and so forth. I'm thinking that this world, that's what happens. Like as people start to treat you like animals, you revert, like you de-evolve into animalhood, which is crazy. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this. I'm off on a tangent because this is like a very intense scene. My brain is like reeling. I have so many questions and so many emotions, so many feelings on this particular situation, you know?
Bad. Nothing truly bad. Sorry.
That bleat sounded like real. Like that sounded like an actual goat noise and not just like a goat impression. I'm going back again. This how my brain is processing this. Okay, when he was saying Galinda, it sounded like a goat impression. Versus that sounds like a literal, like they put a literal goat noise. Oh, he said bah and then goat noise. You know.
Although some of us still tend to favor form over content, Miss Linda.
Yeah, that sounds like him doing a goat impression versus the other one sounded like a goat. He does another one in here. Let's see though.
Linda.
Yeah, so that sounds like a human doing a goat noise versus this other one sounds like a goat doing a bleat, you know? This is important for my theory, by the way. Like for all you guys, like who cares? I care. It will infer if I think he is turning back into a normal goat or not. If he sounds more goatish now after he got discriminated against than before. Does that make sense? That's important to my theory of other people's acceptance of you impacting your ability to act like a not normal animal from our world. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing truly bad.
Yeah, that is way different, my guy. He's devolving. He's devolving. I'm so on this theory, bro. I don't even care if y'all tell me I'm wrong in the comments. I do not care. This right now, everything that has led to this moment absolutely supports my theory.
I must be catching a cold.
God bless you, Dr. Dillamond.
You'd better go. Take the lamp.
Whoa there! Great. Whoa! I did not see her.
Yeah, neither did I. We didn't see you there. You must have blended with the foliage.
Is this how you go through life? Just running amok and trampling anyone in your path?
No. No. Sometimes I'm asleep.
Here we go. No, I'm not seasick.
Neither am I.
No, I did not eat grass as a child.
Oh, you didn't. I did.
And yes, I have always been green.
And the defensiveness, is that a recent development? I'm off for some more trampling. May we offer you a ride?
No thanks. Get stuffed.
Fellas, but we have just been spurned by a girl.
Indeed.
Guess it's the first time for everything.
Okay, so I was just about to compare this dude to the dude from Tangled, you know, the one who like Rapunzel falls in love with, who I can't think of his name right now because I haven't seen Tangled in a long time. You know, the guy from the meme where all the swords are pointing at him. He's just like smugly smiling. He reminds me of him so much. What is that dude's name? Flynn Rider. This dude's name is Fiyero, and that dude's name is Flynn Rider. Yeah, he reminds me of Flynn so much, but I will give him credit for like, well, he almost trampled her, but he did not discriminate against her, you know, like he kind of pointed out like, hey, you're pretty defensive. But like also in her defense, she has a right to be, you know. Interesting. He said it's his first time being spurred by a girl. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like the way the horse was laughing, this might be like a common occurrence for you, my guy. Like you think you smooth, but you not. We all know it, but like you aren't, ironically, self-aware. It's funny because like I can tell that this is Galinda holding this newspaper here. I feel like Galinda might actually be into him.
I can see the future!
Because like social status and like the way other people perceive you and everything is like so important to her. So like she might actually be going crazy for him. But yeah, I feel like we are all the horse laughing at this dude trying to be smooth. I say we are all. There's probably some of you who are like, oh, he's so charming. He's a white knight riding on a horse. Like, no, that dude's a loser. He's lame. But he's not a bigot. And so just by nature of the realm he lives in, that makes him better than like every other guy we have met in this movie so far, which is crazy. I don't know. I haven't seen Bach interact with Elphaba yet, but like also he kind of had it bad for Galinda and anybody who's like super worshiping the ground Galinda walks on or floats above because they acted like she was saintly. Like all y'all getting judged by me for that reason. Like have better taste. But ooh, shots fired. Look at y'all angry typing in the comment. It's a joke. Calm down.
I said what I said. Okay, well what you said was some bull.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see how this plays out. But I do like the fact that guy very clearly was caught off guard by the fact that she was green, but did not like treat her like dirt because of it, and not for the same reason that Galinda tried not to treat her like dirt, which is other people are watching. I have a reputation to uphold. I have an image to uphold. And so I'm going to try to help you by suggesting that you de-greenify yourself. Versus this dude who was just like, hey, you want to ride? Like, sorry for almost trampling. My bad. Why are you so defensive? Like that kind of stuff. Like he was surprised by her being green, but also was not like, it wasn't a big deal for him. I'm talking myself into liking this like Flynn Rider guy. Actually, based off how long you guys have said you've been fans of the Wicked Broadway musical, this probably predates Tangled, like this character, I mean. So maybe Flynn is like based off him. That would be interesting. I don't know. Did I stumble on something? Whatever. Let's continue. We'll see where this is going.
Attention, students. It is my honor to announce that Prince Fiyero of Winky Country will be filling out our student body. Having transferred from the Royal Winky Academy. Please help him feel welcome without making direct eye contact.
Enroll here often?
Could I ask you?
Anything. Anything you want.
Just to move out the way?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's anything.
Are you looking for something? Or someone?
No, I was... What was I doing?
Well, I promised to give a guided tour to any recently arrived students, so...
I'm not gonna talk yet. I just got to see this again. Okay, let me process it one more time before I talk. Okay. Also, we're almost towards the end, so like I should probably save it for the outro. But like I probably won't. It'll probably happen like last time. So shut up. Why does he walk like that? Okay, I said I was gonna watch it, but like, don't irk me, bruh. I was just convincing myself to like you. Don't do nothing stupid.
Enroll here often?
So funny.
Anything you want.
How are you? Are you looking for something? Or someone?
What was I doing?
How would I know?
Our first fight.
Oh, still here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I promised to give a guided tour to any recently arrived students, so... Are you a recently arrived student?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm not sure I'll last longer at this school than any of the others.
But I wasn't at any of your other schools.
Okay, so that's where I was supposed to stop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the outro off by talking about that, and then I'll talk about all the other stuff. Okay. So a little bit of a shorter part this week. That's cool though. I still had a lot to say, and we got introduced to a new character, which he's interesting. I'm gonna call him the Flynn Rider knockoff, even though I think his character may predate Flynn Rider, but he doesn't predate Flynn Rider in my life, in my mind. So therefore, he just reminds me of Flynn so much. It's like, also he reminds me of a little bit of like what's the dude's name, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, who like all the girls are like going crazy over, but like Belle is like very not. That I feel like I could see that dynamic playing out between him and Elphaba, where like she is the only girl at school or in his life who isn't like absolutely awestruck, who does not care that he's a prince, who does not care that he's like remarkably attractive, I guess. Like, you know, the heart wants what the heart can't have is basically what, I don't know, that's the same, right? Anyway, I don't feel that way. Like, I've never liked somebody more because they liked me less. My brain is just not wired in that way. But yeah, I get that a lot of people like that. A lot of like I'll hear guys talk about like the chase, like they want the person, the woman who doesn't want them, which that's a whole other conversation. But the point is, I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I also know that it is a thing. So I can see that playing out and that being like another point of contention between Elphaba and Belinda, who clearly is very interested in him. Like she got all dolled up. She had like the little go-go gadget pills that she had, and put on her little spritz. And then went over there and flirted with him in a very interesting way. I liked her approach because it was kind of like everybody else is gonna like worship the ground that you weirdly walk on, with your like little toe heel thing that you were doing. But not me though, because I'm on your level. Like, we are perfectly suited for each other. So I'm gonna act like it's not that big a deal that you're here. Like, oh, I said I would give a tour to any new student. Wait, you're a new student? Like, she like had like a very like kind of playing coy. She wasn't playing hard to get, but she was kind of playing like it was a little bit of cat and mouse situation going on there, which was interesting and also like makes sense because like everybody else worships her. So like in theory, they are like equally, like to use another superhero reference, because all of these parts are going to be nerdy, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how my brain works. But it's kind of like he's Superman and she's Wonder Woman. And before you say, wait, Superman and Wonder Woman don't date, they do actually in certain different iterations of their story. There is no like, I'm in love with Lois Lane and have to protect her from herself because she's always ending up in some situation where I gotta save her from terrorists or criminals or something because she was somewhere reporting a story where she shouldn't. I don't like Lois Lane as a character, okay? She gets on my nerves. She be like needing to get saved way too often. I just be like, bruh, what would you do if you was dating anybody who wasn't Superman? You'd be dead like 100 times over by now. But that aside, the point is there are versions, like in the New 52, there are versions of the Superman story, where him and Wonder Woman date, and like part of what draws them to each other is that they relate to each other because they're both like way above everybody else. Like they're on this like different plane of existence that nobody else can relate to except the two of them, and that's like their connecting point. Very interesting storyline there. But that's kind of what Galinda and what's Flynn's actual name? Fiyero? No. Oh God, no. Not Fiyero. Something with an F though. Yeah, he's being like idolized by all the other students. She's being idolized by all the students. So like, I think they kind of fit each other, but I think he's going to be intrigued by the fact that Elphaba is the only person who doesn't care that he's a prince, who doesn't care that he's attractive. And that's going to draw him towards her. And it's going to create this like love triangle situation that's going to lead to like more contention between Elphaba and Galinda, which again, at some point, I'm assuming is going to get like resolved based on like how much people in the comments seem to love Galinda, and also based off the fact that I can't imagine Ariana Grande being a villain for the entire movie. So, or maybe she becomes like better in part 2. I don't know, but I just know at some point they got to get close because it was in the montage and because it's Ariana Grande. So with that being said, I find it interesting. I find their dynamic to be like, yeah, it's interesting. He's very much like a frat boy, which like makes me want to gag, but like also he's not a bigot. So like I can't hate him too much, you know? Like it's like you're annoying, but you're not like evil, you know? What is this gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of dark stuff that happens with like the animal oppression. And the more I learn about this world, the less I like it. The story is more intriguing and more interesting, but I absolutely would not want to visit there. Like, remember I was saying, oh, Shiz looks beautiful, but I wouldn't want to go because all the people suck. Yeah, now I feel that entire way about the whole realm. I'm good. I'm not an animal and I'm not green, but like I got enough of people discriminating against me. I'm good. I don't want to get some extra in a fairy tale land. You know, people be like, if you could go to the world of any movie, where would you go? Yeah. Wicked, not on it. Okay, that's not on my list. So I'm just saying that it looked pretty. There's some like interesting desert situation that I thought might have been water, but it actually turned out to be sand. And they got like talking animals for now, because like apparently something's happening to those guys. And they got the Wiz, who I'm interested to see like what is the wizard gonna be good in this version or not. They got Elphaba, who is bae, but like also I don't feel like she would probably like me either. Like she might just like want to keep to herself. I don't know, but yeah, I don't see myself wanting to use one of my 3 wishes from a genie to go to the wicked realm, because they are terrible people. They're terrible people. I don't know what is wrong with these people, all these munchkins, but they're maniacs. They're enslaving the animals, and I feel bad for the animals. And it's especially bad because like I'm not a vegan, so like I know that animals in our world are treated bad, and I like directly benefit from that and take part in it in an indirect way by consuming the products of animals, often animals that are treated poorly. But at the same time, like I don't want to see the owl in chains, okay? The ox being whipped and stuff. That's a lot for me, okay? I got a sensitive, sweet heart, okay? So yeah, that was intense. I much prefer watching Flynn and Galinda. I'm gonna keep calling him Flynn until I figure out the dude's name. Okay, I called Miss Marbles last video, so like I'm doing my best with the names. Okay, I also find it interesting that Miss Marbles' name is spelled like horrible, but with an M, which also makes me like, are you secretly evil, dog? Like, why is your name spelled like? Why is your name stupid like that? It's literally horrible with an M, right? Like I thought I saw that, and I was like, that's weird for like a good character. She's sweet. She's teaching her. She's nice. She talked her dad into letting her come to the Shiz University. Why would you give her a name like Morrible if she wasn't secretly evil? That's crazy. Anyway, that's another theory that I have, by the way. That like came to me while I was editing the last video. This is a long outro, but that's okay. This video was like kind of short. So point is, I had a lot of thoughts about this part. I have a lot of thoughts about this entire realm, this movie, this wicked verse. So yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciated it. For this part, let's do a goat emoji for my goat, Peter Dillamond. Peter Dillamond, see what I did there? Peter Dillamond. Anyway, Mr. Dillamond, he going through it, and I think he's turning back into an animal, and I feel like that is because people are discriminating against him, and it makes me sad. So yeah, let's get a goat emoji in the comment section down below for Mr. Dillamond, and to let me know that you watched until this point in the video so I can thank you personally. I really do appreciate it. Furthermore, leaving the emojis in the comment section down below tells the algorithm that you actually enjoyed this video. It'll push it out to more people can see it, and I can make these videos more often. So thank you so much for that. I will definitely be thanking all of you guys in the comments who leave your goat emojis in the comment section down below. But without further ado, I'll be seeing all of you guys here on the channel next time. You guys have a great day. Peace.
Neurotoxin, cytotoxin, given all its effects, it just can't be boxed in. It's so strong, I have to call it oxin. Feel it deep in your veins like hemotoxin. Cytotoxin, myotoxin, it raises your hair, it's all over your skin. When music hits, it'll make your head spin. Feel it deep in your brain like neurotoxin. I'm the Goliath, Leone on the scene. Feel the vibration, no stock of beans. Cut out the burrow, hit you with the turbo. Don't need a referral to know I'm mean. Why am I blue green? It's just a smoke screen. Helps inject cuisine like a new vaccine. You're shaking your denim when you feel this venom. Not talking black bile that comes from your spleen.